Hey guys, welcome to Vlog United. Welcome to another video. And today, Ajax have beaten Tottenham Hotspur by 1-0 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And it's another performance that is shown their class, and it was absolutely fantastic to see. They have put one foot in the Champions League final at the Wanda Metropolitano. We'll see next week what's going to happen. But Ajax indefinitely have shown everyone that they are probably the best football inside this season for all that we've seen so far throughout the course of the season. Before we get started with the analysis of the game and the review and everything, let's get started with the lineups, because Mauricio Pochettino opted to start with a lineup of Hugo Lloris, a back three of Toby Alderweireld, Davison Sanchez and Jan Vertonghen, a midfield of Victor Wanyama, Christian Eriksen and Dele Alli, and wingbacks of Kieran Trippier and Danny Rose, and a forward line of Lucas Moura and Fernando Llorente. Ajax instead, with Ten Hag, opted to start to go with Onana in the goalkeeper position. We had Bergman and Tagliafico as the wingbacks, Daley Blind and Matthijs de Ligt as centre backs, a double pivot position of Frenkie de Jong and Schöne, a number 10 position with Donny van de Beek, with David Neres and Hakim Ziyech in the wings, and Dusan Tadic as that false 9 for the Amsterdam side. And let's just start with the analysis of the first 35 minutes, because that's what I'm going to take out of this whole match. I think that you analyze the game in terms of what each team is able to do at its level, and you can clearly see that there was only one team on the field today, and that was Ajax, because I don't think during the whole match Tottenham had any chances created that, and I mean like an actual good chance where you were gonna like surely score it. Instead, Ajax had a lot of them. All that Tottenham had this game was fouls or corners, and put a cross into the box for Llorente, Alderweireld or Vertonghen to go hunt it. Because other than that, it was just an absolute masterpiece of a performance from Ajax in those first couple minutes. They were suffocating Tottenham. Spurs had no idea what was going on, like the one-touch pass, the touch and go, like the movement was fantastic, the position in the field was fantastic. Like, I would normally say that a game like this, Ajax would have won by possession, but more than possession, they won it by position, because their position in the midfield especially was absolutely fantastic. Like, with Frenkie de Jong, I know he's playing a double pivot position, but I'm getting convinced more and more every single time I watch him play that he can be suited to replace Sergio Busquets in that pivot position, because his defensive reading today was very good. I have to say that I was impressed, because he was cleaning up plays, he was cleaning up dangerous situations, maybe exits for Tottenham to dribble on and maybe generate chances and create play. He was stopping it, and it was really good. He wasn't that good at possession today, but it wasn't because he wasn't good, it's just because once Spurs starting to put people on and pressure up high the field, every player was struggling with possession in the Ajax side, and instead opted to go with more of a vertical setup, going more for counters and leaving the possession a little bit aside. But analyzing the first 35 minutes, we got a fantastic goal from Donny van de Beek after a good assist from Hakim Ziyech. I have to say that the defensive line from Spurs kind of lost it right there. They should have put the offside trap better. It was, I think, Kieran Trippier's fault for that offside trap. But again, fantastic play. If the goal didn't come there, it was gonna come later, because it was just a fantastic performance from Ajax. David Neres with chances, another with Donny van de Beek, because fantastic play with letting it go. He sees the pass, lets it go for Dusan Tadic. Dusan Tadic returns it for him after he beats, I think, Toby Alderweireld full space, and he takes a bad decision, because I think he could have either put it for Neres to slot it in, or maybe like just instead of trying to finish it calmly to Hugo Lloris near post, just shoot up, try to like keep it on the mid level of the goal. But other than that, it was fantastic performance, Donny van de Beek. I think that he was man of the match this game. I was debating between him and Frankie de Jong, but I think because of the goal and just the fantastic play that he showed today, it was world class what we saw. David Neres, again, really good, showing a lot of attacking the space, a lot of good dribbling, just confusing defenders. Like, fantastic to see from David Neres. Hakim Ziyech, I think, had one of his worst games today, but it wasn't that he was bad. It's just that he wasn't as spectacular as other games. Yet he had a lot of importance in the game. I think that he just needed to offer a little bit of more pressure in the defensive end. Using Tadic a little bit of the same. Showed again a lot of class, but could have helped a little bit more in defense. I think Shone today was a little bit, faulty. It was not being precise in this game. He was missing passes, controls. I think he had a more spectacular game, but again, he's not a spectacular player. He's a good player, but he's not a world-class player. And there's a reason that you could upgrade in last shown, but you cannot upgrade in Frankie de Jong. I have to give props to Bellman because his defensive prowess today was shown. It was really good from Bellman. Not much was going on in the game from that side. He was stopping everything that was going on him. Matthijs de Ligt and Daley Blind again superb, just like against Juventus. Super defensive performance from the both of them. Nicolas Tagliafico contributed a little bit here and there. Wasn't too bad at all. He had a decent game. Onana again going out to go for the balls. Very brave. Sometimes made mistakes, but he's a young goalkeeper and could learn a little bit more for years to come. Now, before talking about, I'm not going to talk in detail about the Tottenham players because I don't think there was anything too spectacular. I didn't think anyone had an outstanding performance. I think maybe Llorente, with what we've been normally able to see out of him, he had a better game than others that he's had, but nothing too special. I think Dele Alli, Christian Eriksen have horrible games today. I think that going in for a back three kind of limited the chances that Pochettino had. I think once he changed to the back four, it showed that they could pressure a little bit better and they couldn't get as suffocated as often. I think the likes of some back, they're going to have a lot more mobility with Lucas or whatever they decide to go with. It's going to be much better for them in the second leg because he's an actual threat going forward for Tottenham Hotspur. Kieran Trippier again, not my favorite fullback in the world. He has good set piece delivery, but I don't know, defensively I think he lacks a lot. Davinson Sanchez and Alderweireld again, they were doing what they could, not bad, not too bad. Hugo Lloris couldn't have done anything for the goal. Victor Wanyama was, I think, very alone in this game, except when Musa Sissoko came and helped him out. But again, not a spectacular, a little bit too destructive and not much creative wise. And that was basically all for what I can say about Tottenham Hotspur because their players weren't too spectacular today at all. The likes of Musa Sissoko coming in, the likes of Ben Davies coming in, Juan Foy, nothing too spectacular. For the likes of Ajax, substitutions were Klaas-Jan Huntelaar for Hakim Ziyech for Tadic to go into the right wing and for Huntelaar to go into the number 9 position, and Shone got changed by Mahraoui, and I think that added a little bit more dynamism for the midfield of Ajax and gave them a little bit of more control, not much, but a little bit more. And now I need to talk about something that, in my opinion, I think is very embarrassing and I think is unacceptable that this keeps to be allowed to do, because yes, I feel sorry by Spurs that they've been suffering a lot with injuries, and it's unlucky because they haven't been able to sign, and I understand why they haven't been able to sign, and they've done a fantastic job. I think Pochettino's done a fantastic job. He's one of my favorite managers. Spurs, for what they represent, are one of my favorite teams to watch, but it doesn't take away that it's an embarrassment that Mateu Laos allowed Jan Vertonghen to come back into the field just 4 seconds later to have to walk off again because of the head injury. Like Jan Vertonghen, like you wasted a lot of minutes already with him on the field, and then you wasted even more time letting him come back into the field to have to exit again. So I think the same thing happened in the Champions League game against Manchester City, where Moussa Sissoko had to come off because of an injury. I think this is something you cannot allow. Your time wasting. You literally broke the dynamic of the game. If that game kept going that way, with how it was going, Ajax would have absolutely pummeled the crap out of Tottenham Hotspur. I'm not kidding. Like, I know Pochettino why he did it, because he recognized that he was getting outdone by Ajax, but at some point the refs need to know that what's the tactic, what's going on, what you're allowed. Like, he clearly, I mean, not clearly, but because I don't know if he was ready to come back when he was coming on the field, but he cannot be allowed to come on the field when the play's still going. Like, it's just not okay. I think that Tottenham Hotspur in the second half came up and performed a little bit of high pressure up the field. They helped them to not get this game killed off in this game, because Ajax were really threatening. They have chances, not a lot of chances, but they have definitely a lot more chances. They're deserved winners of this game, and we'll see what they're gonna do in the next game, because coming up next they have to go to Amsterdam, or they're gonna receive Tottenham Hotspur at Amsterdam at the Ajax Stadium, the Amsterdam Stadium, and we'll see what's gonna happen. Tomorrow is Barcelona against Liverpool at the Camp Nou in the first leg. We'll see what's gonna happen. I'm just hope that Barcelona can at least show something similar to what we've seen from Ajax in the first 35 minutes. But I am just gonna hope that we can do a good performance and maybe get a good result to go to Anfield and seal the game, and probably, hopefully, meet Ajax in the Champions League final at the Wanda Metropolitano. And I believe that Johan Cruyff today, it's really happy. He's really proud of this Amsterdam side, of these young lads that have put everything into this team, of Editing Hag, who is symbolizing the Cruyffism, and let's hope Barcelona can symbolize the Cruyffism tomorrow night against Liverpool at the Camp Nou in the Champions League semi-final. I'm going to give a really quick prediction about what I think is going to be the starting lineup for Ernesto Valverde. I think he's going to go with the likes of Marc-André ter Stegen in net, Nelson Semedo, Jordi Alba, Piqué Lenglet in the defense, a midfield of Sergio Busquets, Ivan Rakitic and Artur, and then Coutinho, Luis Suarez and Lionel Messi. But in my preferred position, I would, instead of doing that, I would like to not have Felipe Coutinho start and have Arturo Vidal start to play that as that like Van de Beek role that we saw today. Maybe do that with a 4-4-2 or a 4-3-1-2, something like that. I think that would help us a lot, but we'll see what's going to happen tomorrow. We'll see if we can do it. Leave me your comments in the comment section below. What do you think about the game? Who you think is going to win tomorrow between Barcelona and Liverpool? And I'll see you on the next one, Blaugranas.